The future of any nation, young or old, lies with her children. The mother of 2 young children, Mrs. Kennedy knows what it means to bring a smile to the face of a sick child. Among the gifts she has brought from the United States to Jinnah Hospital, not the least is Mrs. Kennedy's own delight in making a new young friend. Never far from Pakistan's hope for the future are her memories of the past. Through the ancient streets of Peshawar, gateway to Pakistan's northwest frontier, Mrs. Kennedy follows the route history followed. Kissa Khani, the bazaar of the storytellers, for centuries a meeting place of soldier and tribesman, of merchant and scholar on their way down the long stretch of perilous road from the mountain reaches of the Khyber Pass. Descendants of the tribesmen of old still guard the bleak approaches to the pass. The tribal Maliks still welcome friends in the traditional way, with the traditional gifts. The Khyber Rifles, historical defenders of the fertile valley of the Indus, of the land below the mountains. Year after year, century after century, friend and invader traveled this road. Armies and caravans bound for the riches of the great subcontinent of Asia. Darius the Great, Alexander of Macedonia, Genghis Khan, Timur of Samarkand swept down across these mountains. Sundown at the governor's house in Peshawar. The drums of the Khyber tribesmen no longer sound for battle, but revive for the American visitor an ancient ritual. The Katak's dance. The pomp and ceremony of another day now mark the opening of a modern ritual, celebrating a young tradition in the ancient city of Lahore. The 9th annual Pakistani National Horse and Cattle Show. President Ayub's gift to Mrs. Kennedy. Sadar, descendant of an Ascot winner, traces his ancestry back to the famed stables of the Aga Khan. A gift from the President and the people. A symbol of the warmth of the welcome the visitor from America received wherever she went. From Lahore to Rawalpindi, from Peshawar to Karachi. From the distant plains of Texas and the subways of New York are brought to Bashir, the camel driver, the good wishes of many Americans and the greetings of Mrs. Kennedy and her sister. Bashir has his own contribution to make to Mrs. Kennedy's visit to Pakistan. In the search for identity, for purpose, and for a place in the 20th century, Pakistan has not forgotten man's need to dream. Over 300 years ago, the Shalimar Gardens brought repose to a Mughal emperor. Today, the gardens offer repose and delight to anyone who seeks it.
I must say, I'm profoundly impressed by the reverence which you in Pakistan have for your art and for your culture, and for the use which you make of it now. My own countrymen, too, have a pride in their traditions. So I think, as I stand in these gardens, which were built long before my country was born, that that's one more thing that binds us together, and which always will. I had always heard of Pakistan's proverbial hospitality, and it was even more than I had expected. I hope that with my husband, I will be able to return again soon to this vital and beautiful country.